take it away.
So I'm gonna guess I reset. All right. So what's the name I'm gonna be using?
After everything is tallied up, the avatar will be named Awa.
All right, Awa. Awa is the name of my cat, so it's actually my stream mascot. All right, so this is I'm gonna start as soon as I'll just do a countdown. So like 3, 2, 1, go. So this is the story of the avatar from Ultima 6, who's apparently named Awa. At the beginning of the game, you get captured, but 3 rad dudes come and save you. So the first thing we're gonna do is use a spellbook to cast the spell Help, because that actually just teleports us back to the beginning of the game and skips all of the combat. That shows how courageous we are. We're gonna tell Lord British we don't actually care about the story. We're just gonna take his key from him, and then we're gonna steal his cheese. He's lactose intolerant, so he shouldn't be eating it anyway. I'm also gonna go into his closet and steal all his armor. I need it more than he does. I'm gonna take all of the reagents in my room. Thankfully, this isn't stealing. These are needed to cast all the spells in the game. Some of these menus I'm actually just pressing A and B pretty rapidly through, so I'm canceling through certain items and gathering other ones. I'm now gonna bribe a mouse with the cheese I got. Thank you, mouse. I'm gonna steal this black potion because it's black and I like black things. I'm gonna tell all my teammates to take their clothes off because they don't need their clothes, which is good for me because I'm gonna sell them. I'm also gonna take these boots because the boots are sweet and I love boots. What goth girl would not like boots? So now we're outside the castle. I'm just gonna go and just sell everything I just stole because we're the avatar, the warrior of virtue. Oh yeah, so we're supposed to represent all that's good in the world. There's actually a karma system in this game, so everything bad I do lowers my karma and require at least 80 to beat it. We're way lower than that already. It'll be fine. So here I'm gonna sell everything. So now we sold everything. So at this point, we're gonna buy a bunch of explosives because I'm actually a pyromaniac and I love explosives. I actually should buy one more. And then I'm gonna buy a black kettle because I'm also a witch and I love black kettles. So at this point, we're actually gonna buy the most important spell, or not spell, item in the game, which is a boat. And we buy the boat because, well, it has sweet music attached to it. So we're just gonna listen to sweet, sweet music later. It's the best part of the run. Also, after we buy the boat, we're gonna just steal some rope because that's what we do. We're the avatar and we like rope, or we just like being a klepto. So now we're gonna go lie to a child, which is also very virtuous. So the child has the rune of compassion. And so the thing is, they want us to talk to their parents and get permission to take it, but we just tell them that we've done that and we take it. That's very compassionate. Our next goal is to go and get the rune of spirituality. So we need 8 runes to beat this game. I'll explain those later. But this lady has it in her ancient family chest, so we just take it from her because we're the avatar. So our next goal is to buy one of only 2 spells required for the game, the unlock spell. Also, I'm gonna buy 39 spider webs because I'm the spider queen and I like spider webs. Thank you. I'm also gonna take another black potion because, well, I've explained that already. And at this point, we're just gonna walk for a while, but because we're walking, I'm gonna talk about walking, which is really important in this game. Pathing in this game is extremely crucial. Every step we take in the game increases the in-game minute counter by 1. It's a 24-hour clock, and NPCs move on a 24-hour time, just like real world. They sleep, they eat, they go to work, they take breaks. So pathing means that we need to be very exact on our movements so that we end up getting to NPCs when they're actually at exact spots in the game. Any deviations can cause them to actually not be where we want them to be, and we'll completely reroute the game on the fly. We won't be doing that. Except for now we will be. So this lady here is where we buy the second spell we need, and the only other one, the Dispel Field spells. Does exactly what you think, gets rid of spell fields. Doesn't get rid of spells, that'd be bad. Now we took the blue ring, which is a ring of invisibility. It turns out the black potions are also invisibility potions. How serendipitous. So our next goal is to go in this tavern and then go into the back of the tavern and find a secret entrance to encrypt where I'm going to kill my teammates. Don't tell them I said that. It just so happens that there's this one path right here where we can poison everybody. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm also gonna throw a barrel here. This is explosives. I don't know why I did that. Oh, I'm sorry, I did some more. You're all good, don't worry about it. So we're now in the crypt. This is where the Rune of Honesty is. We also need to use an explosive to blow open the crypt itself, which we do here. And then we also give a proper burial to our 3 teammates, which is pretty sweet. They're now ghost friends. Thank you, ghost buddies. So upcoming is our favorite part of the game, which includes a boat, which I think I explained earlier. It's just a boat, but it has awesome music. But I'm gonna talk over the music for a little bit before we get to the really good part of the music. So I'll prepare for the most amazing part of the run. So I'm actually skipping some enemies right here by doing this. So it's very important that I skip these, otherwise we could kill the run. So this is Boat Song. A moment of silence for Boat Song. Okay, now we see land, so I'm done with Boat Song. Thank you. So this is Sutek's castle that we're going to break and enter into with another explosive. Apparently they decided that Sutek's castle would be guarded by guard rabbits. I'm not sure that they thought that plan through. Someone watched too many movies. So at this point, this is actually probably a pretty good donation location as I go through this area and don't want to mess up any inputs.
All right. We have $30 from Liz the Goddess, who says, "Hey everyone, Liz here. Much love to Squibs and good luck on your run. I'll be rooting for you here from the back couch and humming Boat Song the whole way. Give this towards Awa, because Awa is best cat." $20 from Natara. "Have to put my money towards Squibbins' cat Awa. Good luck with your run today, Squibbins."
All right, so this is a part where we're actually going to be using the invisibility that we got earlier. So I'm actually going to talk about the run and not just make fun of it. So in invisibility, every step we take has an RNG value of just breaking. I'm not exactly sure what the value is, but for every movement, we have a completely random chance of breaking this. We need it to not die. So we actually kill the Hydra back there specifically so that we could actually get some extra experience. I'm gonna have to kill one rat too so that we level up. That gives us enough health to not worry about dying later, because you don't want to die. That actually takes you back to the beginning of the game, and we don't want to be there unless you want to play it over. I don't recommend that. I mean, I do, because this game is extremely good. So hopefully we'll find a rat in here. If we don't, then we won't level up, but it won't really matter. We just have a chance. Oh, there's a lot of rats. How you doing, buddies? So we're just gonna kill all of these rats. Thank you, rats. Amazingly, each rat gives us 16 experience. We actually only needed 2. So here is the best part of the run. I say that every time we do anything in the run. We're gonna find some balloon plans on this guy. Turns out that the whole goal of the game is actually just become an awesome balloonist. That's my dream, the avatar's dream. So this is the first of the shrines. We're gonna use this rune of spirituality on the spirit shrine and then talk to this rock. And this rock blesses us, restores 10 karma, how serendipitous, and then also, at the same time, levels us up. Amazing. Hopefully we don't die to a volcano. That would have been very bad. So here I'm actually going to create a safety save, just in case something goes bad, because this is the really hard part. I would probably have another donation right now.
Certainly. We have $50 from Stompy, who says, "Hey Squibs, we're so proud of all your hard work and happy to help a good cause. You got this, girl. Love Stompy and Fee."
You could read another one, please, if there are any.
Oh, absolutely. We have $20 from Zandra. "This mouse and the rest of your chat are cheering you on, Squibs. You got this." And I apologize in advance for this. Boat time, boat time, boat time, boat time, boat time!
You did a much better job at that than I could have possibly ever done. Thank you. Thank you for the donations. This is all going to a great cause. So here, we are doing 3 gargoyle shrines. The gargoyle shrines are required to talk to a giant gray Dorito at the end, because even Doritos come in goth. This Drake got in our way. So the 3 gargoyle shrines are actually the spirits of the dead guys from the first 3 games. The dead guys being the dead enemies, bosses. We trapped them inside of statues, and apparently they're now helping us. I'm not sure why. So we got one more gargoyle shrine. This is the worst part, because at any moment the invisibility could wear out, and then it's all over. Except for let's not make over. We can actually recover from this shrine, so I'm not that actually worried about it. I'm just making you worried about it, because it's more fun that way. Alright. So now we can go back to our pilfering, because I'm the avatar. So now we're actually a cool band. We're the invisible dude and 3 ghost buddies. There's probably better names for it, but I'm really terrible with names. I mean, I did name my cat Allah, the avatar. So at this point, we stole the rune of honor, and then we're also gonna steal a glass sword, because glass swords are sweet. I'm gonna hang it on my mantle later. This guard can just stand there, which is great. They can stand there forever, which is also great. They're one of the few severe RNG components in this game, which is, it's pretty sweet. So the next thing we're gonna do is take these spider webs we got earlier, and we're gonna get them turned into silk thread. Silk thread is needed to make awesome clothes. That's my next goal, is to make clothes out of spider webs. This game was designed for me. So before we can do that, though, we have to talk to this character named Thindle, because the Weaver won't talk to us unless we know Thindle's name. They're very picky. So how you doing, Arvith? Thank you, Arvith. We have the silk thread. This is the next part where we do a whole talk about a movie about Ultima 6. So in this town, we're going to get the Rune of Humility and also some spider silk. But at the same time, we're going to be talking about a movie about Ultima 6. So first thing we're going to do is talk to Antonio Banderas about the rune. So there's Antonio Banderas. Antonio Banderas tells us he gives the rune to William Shatner. So we're going to go talk to William Shatner, who's apparently a farmer now. Good job. And then afterwards, we're going to talk to Commander Shepard. Thank you, Commander. I'm not exactly sure why all these people are in here. They just are. Commander. At the moment, we're supposed to go talk to Sean Connery. These are actually the names of all the characters in the games. I'm not making it up. I'm just adding extra names to them. So Sean Connery is eating lunch. So we talk to them. How you doing? They tell us to give the rune to Margot Robbie. So we're gonna talk to her. Turns out that she's also the silk seamstress. She's gonna give us the spider silk cloth, which is one more step closer to fulfilling my dreams. She tells us that she actually gave it to Chef Hiroyuki Sakai, who happens to be my favorite Iron Chef. And then we're gonna talk back to Antonio. Thank you, Antonio. Turns out Antonio had the rune all along, that sly dog. So at this point, because I'm angry Antonio had the rune, I'm gonna go rob a plant. Apparently this plant stole the rune of justice. So now I'm gonna go steal a rune of justice from a plant, because I'm the avatar. Thank you, plant, take that. Now I'm gonna go buy a log, and everyone from the 90s will remember there's a song about logs. I'm not gonna sing it, but now it's stuck in your head. So just hum that little tune in your head. And now I'm gonna actually request that donations be read so that people can have that tune just stuck in their head for 45 seconds.
Happy to oblige. We have $420 from Squibs Chat saying, "Hey Squibs, here's to you. Thanks for being the anchor that brought all of us together. Your presence in not just our lives, but the community as a whole has been such a great one, and we're all glad to be a part of it. Good luck on the run. Love from all of us at Squibs Chat, both behind you on the couches and at home. Good luck on the run. Donation goes to Squib's Choice."
I want Dark Link for the AL to DP thing. Also, thank you. I love all of you. It wouldn't be possible if all of you weren't here, so I love the support, and it goes to a great cause. AGDQ is amazing. All the runners are amazing. This place is amazing. So thank you all for the great opportunity. So the next thing I'm gonna do is actually go up here and take the spider silk to the seamstress and hope that she can make some sweet clothes for me. But it turns out she can't, and she can only make a bag for me, so that's all we have to do. So now we're gonna have a bag, which then I think to myself, maybe we could use that to make an awesome balloon out of spider webs. So then I can have transportation made out of spider webs. It's the most ideal thing. It'll really fulfill our balloon dreams. So at this point, I'm actually gonna talk about some technical details. I save here. Well, I don't save, I actually use an N, which resets the hour clock to 7 a.m. So we can actually set up new movement for all the characters. Casting help will do it at 8. We're actually about to see the only glitch in the run that we can't fix. There's no way around it. We actually use Sherry the mouse here, who happens to somehow also be a Grand Priest, because when we walk through that hole, it resurrects all my dead party members. Welcome back, party members. It also heals me to full. We have no clue why this happens. I'm still invisible, which is amazing. So the next goal is that we're actually supposed to learn how to sing a song. On the PC version, you would actually play this song on your keyboard. So now it's a great time to talk about why we're playing the Japanese version. So this version was actually ported from a PC game. It was ported to Super Famicom. A lot of changes have happened since then. The PC version is definitely superior, but this version is definitely superior for speedrunning. In that case, the English version was ported from this version and runs about 18% slower on the console. They didn't take the dialogue from the PC version and instead just translated it from the Japanese, so it's got great dialogue in it. And that's why we were in the Japanese version. It actually has the exact same amount of menus, and they all go by the same speed. So here I'm gonna walk back and forth to get an NPC to spawn, named Gweno. This is, again, we're just a little ahead of time on the game. So there she is. We knew she'd spawn there at the exact time in the game. We hire her onto our party. Turns out she's the wife of Yolo, the character who she's twinsies with in my party. Shout out the twinsies. So I'm going to talk to this character about the rune of sacrifice. Turns out that this song is needed to gain the rune of sacrifice. Also now I'm talking over some really sweet music. This is called Stones. That's it. So after we've learned Stones, we can fire her. We don't need you anymore. There's actually a reason we do that. There's two reasons. One, I don't want her in my party. The second reason is because it actually eats up frames entering the balloon. So there's a reason, because we need to be faster. We're speedrunners. That's why I'm mashing BL out right now. But it doesn't actually do anything. Now we have the Rune of Sacrifice. We need to get the last part of our balloon so we can become the ultimate balloonist, which is our entire life goal. This is just a basket. I'm gonna take it from this lady, except for we have to pay for it. Rats. We haven't had to pay for anything in this game. Now they're making us pay. I'm the avatar, doesn't she know who I am? So at this point, our next goal is to actually tell you about the story. Since I haven't told you that, you probably want to know what the story of this game is. I promise I'm not lying to you. So the next character we're going to go see is named Captain John. In the last game, he murders his shipmates, who then become the Shadow Lords, which are the antagonists. After the defeat of the Shadow Lords, the underworld has started to collapse. That's where the gargoyles live. Since the gargoyles live in the underworld, that fulfills one of their prophecies. One of the other prophecies is that you are going to destroy the underworld, and that's bad. So they tried to capture you and kill you. That's what happened at the beginning of the game. Turns out, though, that Captain John lives in a cave now and is learning gargoyle language from gargoyle children. So we talked to Gargoyle Boy here, which is acting Captain John. I don't know why I'm calling him that. His friend is Daredevil. So afterwards, we're actually going to learn the gargoyle language. That's good. Another thing that happened between this, so the gargoyles are at war with the humans and have laid waste to the 8 shrines of virtue. But they're also battling over this book, because what great wars haven't started over amazing books? So we're going to talk to the gargoyle guy here. His name is Valkadesh. Valkadesh will tell us that we need to surrender to Drax, the Lord of the Gargoyles. Right here, on our left, is the Ethereal Void. Thank you. Now we're going to go to the museum. So now we're visiting the Gargoyle Museum to see other great exhibits. Our first stop is the lens that is used by the gargoyles to read the Book of Ultimate Wisdom. There it is. It looks kind of pretty sweet. Oops, we took it. That's fine. That's what they get for letting the avatar in there. So now we've got to go talk to Drax. When we talk to Drax, they give us the Amulet of Submission once we submit to them. This prevents gargoyles from actually attacking us, which is actually really nice. It also, the only reason we actually need it is to talk to this gargoyle, because otherwise they won't talk to us. And funny enough, we only need to talk to this gargoyle so that another gargoyle will talk to us. It's a chain of gargoyles. So at this point, these characters here were actually the ones that found the Book of Ultimate Wisdom in the Ethereal Void thousands of years ago. And they originally crafted the lenses that we stole. So we got a new lens, recrafted from our stolen lens. We just didn't tell them that. Now we're actually going to go and talk to the giant Great Dorito, which also happens to be the Temple of Singularity. This is actually where the avatar would learn that they need to go seek the Book of Ultimate Wisdom. But we already know that. Here I'm also going to cast Help. Doing so resets the clock to the morning, warps us back to the beginning of the game, and now we can start cleansing shrines. Cleansing shrines is just kind of tedious. You're supposed to do it throughout the whole game, but instead we're just going to do it all at once. Now that gargoyles can't attack us, we don't have to worry about them fighting us. So we'll just do them order. Each rune goes with a shrine. We have to use the runes on the appropriate shrines. These would also level us up and gain us extra karma, but we don't need it, so it doesn't matter. Hopefully we do this all correctly. I can't fail it, considering it's just matching. Maybe I'm really bad at matching. Except for, that's why I wear all black, because it's way easier to match things that way. So basically, we're just gonna slowly go through this part. It's probably a good time for another donation.
You got it. You have $10 from Miko12, who says, donating to buy Lord British new clothes. Some villains stole them, very virtuously.
Could probably read another one.
Certainly. We have $30 from Anonymous that just says, thanks, Squibs, for bringing us all together.
These people are all amazing. Thank you. Squibs loves. Also Squibs derps. Oh, so now we have some gnomes. Or maybe they're pixie. Or maybe they're a plant. I'm not really certain. There's some pixels there, and they attacked me. So we killed it. Die pixels. So now the last thing we're doing is going to the Shrine of Compassion to use the Rune of Compassion to get the Moonstone of Compassion. Remember, we stole the Rune of Compassion from a child at the beginning? Good memories. So at this point, the last thing we're gonna do is go get the Vortex Cube, which so happens that the humans stole the Vortex Cubes from the gargoyles and then hid it away in a castle and then abandoned the castle. Sounds like something the Avatar would do. At this point, we're gonna realize that the Vortex Cube actually requires the 8 Moonstones to use it. Thank goodness we got the 8 Moonstones. I was just stealing them. After we've gotten the 8 Moonstones and slotted into the Vortex Cube, we realize the Vortex Cube is required to read a book. This is the most complicated book to read in the universe. If actually reading books was like this in real life, no one would ever read. Am I kidding? No one ever reads now? Also read, it's pretty good. I'm pretty bad about it. So we're almost done with this section, and we're nearing the end of the game, probably a couple minutes. So I'm gonna blow open this door with the last explosion, which makes me sad, so I'm gonna get hit on it on purpose. Thank you. There's actually no reason to do that. I just wanted to get hit by fire. So I'm gonna move all these Moonstones into the Vortex Cube, which we did, thank you. That was sweet. I know, it looked complicated, didn't it? You're welcome. So the last thing we're gonna do is slot in nothing, because I already said that. The last thing we're actually gonna do is go and get the human lens, which is yet another thing we need to read this book. There's so many items to read this book, I swear. So now that we're going to get this, it turns out that we actually have to melt down our glass sword to make it. That makes me sad. I really thought it would make the fireplace look good, but it won't. So, since the Avatar is really angry about the glass sword being melted down, we're gonna banish the Book of Ultimate Wisdom into the ethereal void. That way nobody can read it. It's a great idea. Good job, Avatar. So time is coming up extremely soon. And I'm going silent because it's about to happen. And that's time. Thank you. You're all too wonderful. So the final part of the story here is that Lord British is really angry at you, and you just tell him to read the book. And then the Gargoyle King comes in, and he's really angry at you, and you tell him to read the book, and it tells them that they both should live in peace, so they do. Thank you.